Thank you. 8 years ago, a documentary clip about the Ku Klux Klan went viral. It features a 32-year-old man and his 4-year-old son. They were both dressed in black hooded KKK regalia. Together, they threw up Sig Heil salutes and they shout "White Power." Today, that clip fills me with horror. The disturbed father it depicts is me, and the 4-year-old is my son. We're not born to hate. And through this story, I'll take you through some events, or an ingredients list, if you will, of my journey and what led me into extremism, but more importantly, what led me out. So since this is a storyteller studio, we'll start with Act 1, okay? My childhood. We've all got one, right? My childhood was plagued with molestation from a same-sex family member from the time I was around 5 till I was probably 12 or 13. The racism that I experienced at home from my father and his friends, along with the substance abuse and physical abuse that went along with growing up in the 90s from a very impoverished home, kind of set in motion a set of worldviews that I didn't get the opportunity to decide if I wanted or not. So after all that childhood, we're going to skip ahead because I only have 5 minutes. 9/11, we just had it, and it brought back a really emotional situation that enticed me to join the United States military. While in Afghanistan on a routine patrol, I lost my best friend and comrade, Daniel Wallace, on October 31st, 2008. He took the first round of an enemy bullet over his left eye and didn't make it. There was a moment during that situation that I felt the same hatred that I felt towards the homosexuals at the time, towards Islam and anything Muslim. After I returned home, I was involved in a vehicle accident on a training mission. I broke my back on May 22nd, 2009. That was my introduction to opiate painkillers. So now you see that we're baking the cake, right? We've got the bowl, we've got some molestation, we've got at-home racism, we've got substance abuse, we've got trauma. Not to mention, I was discovering slowly that I was suffering with PTSD. There was a time when I went to the VA with a loaded .38 handgun. Told them, if you send me home with more medication, I'm going to kill myself. When I got out of the VA 2 hours later with a new prescription, I unloaded the .38 handgun that was in my glove box and I drove the 2 hours home. In closing, I want to talk about what I do now. I am an interventionist. I am an exit peer specialist with Parents for Peace. We do interventions with at-risk, currently radicalized at all levels of the spectrum individuals from both white supremacy, Islamism, eco-terrorism, Antifa, and the broad spectrum of radicalization that we see in our country. I'm also the founder of a program that is the roadmap of my journey out of extremism and what led me in. It's called the Trauma Recovery Program. It's a moral cognitive program that allows the person that's participating to drive their own recovery pace through thought replacement techniques, through taking inventories of all the things that you're responsible in life and the things that you're not, but finding a way to come to a common term with that and appreciate that you do have a choice. Why do we do what we do? There's a million answers to that. I can only tell you why I do what I do today. After 8 years with Parents for Peace, I do what I do so that I can go back in time and save 5-year-old Chris. I want to acknowledge the fact that my executive director is here with me. Miriam, raise your hand. Show everybody. If you have any questions or want to talk more because of the 5 minutes, hit me up or her, and we can talk after. Thank you.